Hello and good evening again, everyone. I hope everybody doesn't mind me posting these videos. I know they're reasonably frequent, but having looked online, there does seem to be quite a lot of information and misinformation about things. So as I'm sussing things out, I thought I'd just post them up, and then that way you can either watch or not watch. Anyway, right, here we go. So a bit more of a development last night. I've now got my motors wired, so I've got these. These aren't. I don't know. I must admit, I'm a bit green when it comes to the motors. These 2216s were recommended with the frame. I did some research, worked out some weights. They should be okay as long as I don't load it too much. If they're not man enough, then I'll just have to bite the bullet and upgrade them and then sell these ones on. Simple as that. Okay. So I've wired them underneath, all looking pretty neat, I think. These aren't the final, just got some wire wrapped around their legs to keep things tight at the moment. The bullet connectors, I soldered all the bullet connectors on and shrunk using a shrink sleeve. Be a little bit careful, I've noticed. I mean, it's just a bit over the top health and safety maybe, but not health and safety, but no matter how delicately or how much time you spend with the shrink sleeve, there is still a little tiny gold band revealed on these connectors. So when I've got the directions sorted out, I'll probably just stick a couple more bits of shrink sleeve over two of them, so that there's no danger of a short. Because if it shorts, it's all going to come down like a sack of potatoes. Okay, so at the moment they're just wired up arbitrarily. I mean, I expect everybody knows, but if your motor's running the wrong way, then all you do is reverse any two of the connectors, and it will reverse the direction. So if it's going the wrong way, it doesn't matter which two, just pick two, reverse them, and then it will go the other way. Right, okay, that's good. So battery box is all good enough. I tried various bits of foam and I settled on this stuff, which is fairly rigid. So here's our battery. So this is the procedure now for me. So basically, I put my power cable. Oh, there's my adapter. I've got an adapter for this business. So this is a XT60 adapter on the Turnigy battery. I mean, I could have just cut the leads, but then then I lose my warranty on the battery. So for the sake of a couple of quid, I just bought one of these adapters. Thread that in there. Balance lead stays out this side. So yeah, if I'm inserting it, I'll just drop it in there like that. Push it through the box. All very easy till about there. Obviously, when I do this in anger, the lid will be on. So and then I can retract the battery from the rear and plug a new one in. And it's pretty stiff. I mean, I don't think it's going to fall out. But I will probably put a little locking pin here, just to be sure. Because if that battery shifts back by an inch or so, the centre of gravity is going to be all over the place. It's going to come down again. So if I pick up on its centre of gravity with the motors attached, trying to balance it as best I can. On my fingers, it's pretty much smack on. I mean, it's centred pretty well. Right. Okay. So what I thought I'd show now is the Q brains underneath. It's got to be set up with these Q brains when they're delivered. I don't know about other ESCs, don't know, but the Q brain when it's delivered is set up such that, for example, it's set up for nickel metal hydride, not lithium polymer. So that's obviously not right. Needs sorting out. And there's a couple of other settings. I think one other setting that I need to do. Now you can set them up by connecting the whole lot up to your receiver, and then you can put it through this sort of. You can put it into this. It goes into this program mode depending on your throttle, and then you can wiggle your throttle up and down, and then it makes lots of different sequences of bleeps. I don't know about you, but it all looks a lot of faff to me. It can be done. I'm sure lots of people have done it that way, but I've bought one of these. This is the little programming card specifically designed for this range of ESCs. Now, if the Q brain and other ESCs of this design, you can program them all up with this little card. I mean, this was like £6.49 on eBay. you've got to set up 4 ESCs. Each ESC has to be programmed independently. The QBrain does come with an adapter, which I should have got out of the packet and didn't. Hang on, bear with me a moment. Bear with me. 1 second. No, can't find it. There's an adapter lead that it comes with. I found it. Sorry about that. I should have got it out. Not very professional videoing. There's this little lead that it comes with. It's basically a single plug to a 4-way adapter. You can use this for setting up your ESC throttle limits all together. So you can plug all the QBrain connectors in there, and this to your throttle on your receiver, and you can do the whole lot at once with this connector. But what you can't do with this connector is program the ESCs. So setting up their configurations, you have to do those individually. That won't work. If you use that adapter, all you'll end up doing is programming one of them. Now the QBrain, I know this is all very QBrain specific, but that's what I've got. The QBrain has got 1 lead with power, ground and signal, and 4 leads with signal only. Now for this to work without connecting a battery, you clearly need power and ground and signal, because this needs to be powered. So I've made a little lead. So I've got loads of these leads now, they come with everything. So I've taken one and cannibalized it. So I've got a connector on the end, power, ground and signal. Plugs into here. Obviously making sure you get it the right way around. Black, red, yellow, ground, power, signal. I plug that in there. Right, I've got a little sticky pad on here just so I can pop it on the top so you can see what's going on. Right, and then the lead from the QBrain that's got power, ground and signal, you collect this lead, which comes off my little adapter, which is just power and ground. No signal, just power and ground. Black, red. So that goes on here, making sure obviously you get it the right way around. There. So now this programmer has got power. Doesn't matter where the signal lead's plugged in, it's got power. So for the first ESC, the signal lead, the yellow lead, goes in. Unfortunately, the signal lead on this cable is white, but whatever. Goes in here. So that would be exactly the same as if I'd taken that and plugged it straight in there. All I've done is got a patch lead. Okay? But the reason it's done like this, which is probably obvious to everybody watching, is I can now move the signal lead to the 3 others and program them all up individually. So if I program that in there, okay, and then I give it some, plug the power, so the power is now going through my power module, out the other side, into this X60 to X60 male-female connector, and then underneath to the QBrain. The QBrain has got a battery eliminator circuit, or BEC, which is basically providing power back to this programming module. So if I plug it in, it will bleep, give it a second to sync up, bing, and all the lights come on. Okay, so this is the current setting of this particular QBrain ESC that I'm connecting to. So you got, I'm going to reverse this video because obviously it's all upside down. I don't know if I can see if I can zoom it. Hang on, bear with me. Right, bit better. So you got brake, battery type, cut-off type, cut-off voltage, smart mode, timing mode, music, which is, I have no idea why you'd want to do that, and governor mode. Brake I'm going to leave as default, which is off. Battery type currently is set to nickel metal hydride. Cut-off type, that's soft cut, so that basically lets the props spin down rather than just shutting them off when you shut the throttle down. Leave that as a default. Cut-off voltage, I'm going to leave that low, which is the default and seems to be the recommended setting. Start mode is normal, soft or very soft, so that's the sort of attack basically when you throttle up and it lifts off, how long the ESC takes to spin the props up. I'm going to move that to soft from normal. Apparently that's a little bit nicer when you're doing videoing. because it doesn't, you know, it's not quite such a sharp start. Timing mode, I'll leave that middle. That's a timing mode based on the number of coils you've got in your motors. I don't really know how to rate that at the moment, so I'm just going to leave that as default middle. Music, no idea what I'm going to do with that, leave it alone. Governor mode, I've left off. Okay, this is really, really easy to use. So first of all, I need to change this battery type. So you've got up down keys. So that one selected. That's battery type. This one to change the state to lithium polymer or lithium, and then you press OK, and that programs it. Now the other one I was going to change was start mode. So go down to start mode, change it to soft, program it. Okay, then disconnect the power. All those crazy bleeps you can hear are is the Q brain going through the bleeping cycle that it would go through, and you'd have to try and interpret if you were programming it with your throttle stick. And when I heard that, I thought, oh, I can't be bothered with that. I'm just going to buy the programmer. So if we program, I haven't changed anything. I've put the programmer back in again. And now we sync, and now we can see that it's set up the way I just set it up. So we've got battery types lithium. Start mode is moved to soft. Disconnect. Now what you can't do, you've got to power it up and power it down. I've experimented with this. If you move the signal lead without powering it up and powering it down, this controller box won't resynchronize. It only resynchronizes on power up. So you plug the power in, get the settings, change the settings, press the OK button, program the ESC, disconnect the power. So I've just done white, so I'm now going to do yellow. So this is a bit laborious. Right, it's powered up. So I need to set the for this now. I'm on a different ESC now. So I set the lithium mode. You can do as many as you want at the same time. Start mode, soft. Lithium, start mode, soft. OK. Programmed. Disconnect. Right, move to the third ESC. Power it up. Chance to sync. Right, battery type, lithium, start mode, soft, program. Disconnect. And the last ESC, which is on a brown lead, plug it in the right hole. Powers up. Change to lithium. It's a soft start, program it, disconnect. That's it. You're done. That's it. That's all 4 programmed. Simple as that. Now that, to me, has got to be worth £6 than going through all the bleeping and waiting for it to get to the right point and then toggle, because you're going to make mistakes and then you're going to have to go back and recheck it. I reckon it's going to have to take at least half an hour to do it that way, maybe even longer, and it will be prone to error. Whereas this is just a no-brainer. So there we go. Anyway, next thing is to start building it up. Now I've just got to just waiting for some industrial double-sided tape to fix everything else down, and hopefully this weekend should have it complete. Anyway, sorry that went on a little bit longer than expected, but. So, any questions, left me sticky pad behind. Please let me know. Anyway, thanks a lot. Cheers.